Hi, this video is going to be twofold because I want to talk about two things. And the first thing is um the power of choice. And then the second thing is reprioritizing your relationships. Those that are on my Facebook page and YouTube page, y'all have already seen me post and say things about um the power of choice and reprioritizing your relationships. People, ladies especially, 2015 is coming up. Reprioritize your relationships. Okay. I always say you have a inner circle, which is probably the closest people to you, and then you have the outer circle, or you can say the inner court and the outer court. You might have a best friend, a friend, and then you got associates and the whole thing, so everybody has their different categories. Just like you might have in your phone your top 5, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their categories, and I think I have like best friend, associates, and I think my best friend and family probably coming there together. Associates is like, hey, how you doing? That's a family member, or somebody outside of my family, because that mean associates mean, hey, how you doing? Speaking, we might not do each other on a personal level, but hey, I don't call you on the phone, we don't go out, we don't do nothing. Associate is like, I know you, you know me, but that's probably the extent of the relationship. And I'm gonna say know of, and I ain't gonna say know me, because people that know me, that's us. You don't get that special privilege. I have people in my family that don't even know me, and after looking at these videos, they're probably like, damn. So I don't know, but people think they know you. But if you haven't taken the time to get to know a person, that's crap. Okay. Just because you can to me don't mean I really know who you are. Okay. So, you have your inner court, you have your outer court, and the inner court, of course, like I said before, is the people that are closer to you. The outer court is the people that are not so close to you. But I mean, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I think that, I do this every year. I look in my phone, or look in my even email addresses. If you got a phone book, in your phone, everybody uses cell phone nowadays. You need to reprioritize your relationships and reassess and reevaluate them. And because there are going to be in life people that you will have to promote. You can promote them to being the top 5, or promote them to being in the inner court. There will be some people that you will have to demote. Okay. There will also be people that you will have to go ahead. I gotta say it. And people always say this, they don't never really want to deal with this, but there will be people you have to terminate. Because they're not conducive to where you're going in life. For instance, I spoke about a situation, that I had, with a family member. I think that happened. I speak about it because, it's relative to me. When you're not doing something anymore, I think when you're going on a different path, I think God has a way of, or maybe the universe, whatever you want to call it, has a way of interrupting patterns that are no longer good for your growth. If you are on another level and you're trying to stop doing something, whether that be alcohol, drugs, or even if it's gossiping, if you trying to say, well, look, 2015, I'm not gonna gossip, that means everybody around you that's gossiping, you're going to probably have to change your circles, because you're going to find yourself right back in it. Anybody that's trying to, they always say, if you a drug addict, I've heard them always say you have to change your circles. You have to change your circles. Things that you are no longer doing, you have to change. Or if you're doing things differently than you were, and those people are doing it the old way and you're doing it in a different way, you got to kind of cut. Ain't no kind of, you got to cut that. You got to let it go. You need to, they need to be ejected. Steve Harvey was talking about how on Oprah's Life Class, he was like, when you get in your, your wagon, you got to learn how to, he said, there are people in your wagon that have their legs out on the side of the wagon or something, and they just letting their feet just kind of drag the ground, making it the wagon harder to pull. He said some people in your wagon, you're going to just have to toss them out. You know what I'm saying? Because they make the wagon harder to pull. Whatever your vision is for your life, everybody in your life needs to be conducive to that vision. If you're trying to, if you're an actor and you got, PR people and you got agents and stuff like that, you can't have no fools on your wagon, because that ain't trying to do nothing with their life, or they may not, they don't have to do acting, but they still need to be contributors. Like I always tell people, friendships are gifts. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people can weigh you down with their energy, and how they deal, you know what I'm saying, and how they operate. They can just weigh you down. If you've had anybody to weigh you down, give me stories. I can give you stories all day. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to go to school and do something, and everybody over here, all of your 5 friends talking about, girl, you don't never party with us, and you don't never do this. No, bitch, because I'm in school. You dig? Like, respect my hustle, respect what I'm doing. Now, if you're not going to study, your friend should be the one encouraging you, saying, girl, I know you can't go to no party, but I'm definitely going to go to the party. I'll come back and tell you about it. But he or she should not make you feel bad knowing that that's what you want to do. They should be pushing you and saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? I commend you. You doing it, girl. I'm happy for you. And then go find you something to do. Because most people that's trying to deter you from doing what you need to be doing, they don't have nothing to do themselves. They want you to be partying like them. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, you got to be able to know when to terminate and demote and promote people in your life. So that's why I always say you got to look at your relationships. You got to evaluate your relationships. Socrates, I think, said a life that's not been examined is not a life worth living. So you have to, just like you examine your life, you can't be in a relationship and not evaluate it. Business, if you in business, come on, business entrepreneurs, come on. When you're in business, you have to evaluate relationships that you have, because relationships are currency. They help you get to that next level. Some of them help you get more money in your pocket. Do you hear me, business people? You understand what I'm saying? Like, so we got to understand how to recognize when we need to do that. And I do it. I call it spring cleaning. It's just the name that I put on it. It doesn't, probably go with it, but you got to do a cleaning, evaluating. You got to clean house on the relationships, reevaluate them, reassess them, and determine where they need to be or where they don't need to be. You get to promote, demote, and terminate. And you got to do that, because that's going to help you. Sometimes having certain people in your life make things go slower. But when you drop off some people, or let me say terminate some people, your wagon might go a little bit faster and a little bit easier, because you dropped off dead weight, people that are not, everything like Steve Harvey says, everybody in the wagon has to has to put it all together. Everything in the wagon has to be working for the good of the vision that you have. If you want to be a person that start mess and want to be in the gossip, well, my life don't consist of that and drama. So you wouldn't be a friend of mine. I'm just saying, whatever it is that you are, you are the, I always say this to anybody, you are the star, the director, the writer, because you get to write your own story, the producer, and the star in your own movie. And if you don't get to tell people, I don't know who does. I mean, you get to tell, you get to, say who's going to be in your life and who is not going to be in your life. You get to say that. That's your choice, because it is your life. No offense. I just don't swing that way. People doing certain stuff that you don't do, no offense. I mean, I love you. Do what you do. I'm not knocking you doing it, but I don't do it. Moving right along. See, you got to know who you are. You got to know what you want and what you stand for. And so when you get people around you that are not right, you are strong enough and have the courage enough to say, no, I don't get down with that. I can truly say in my life as a woman, as a mother, and as an individual, anything that I have done in my life, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, it was my own doing. I am not a puppet on a string. You don't get to tell me how to live my life. You don't get to tell me what to do with it and who I should have in it. And everybody should be that way, because your life is your story. You get to write it. You get to rewrite it. You get to say how it ends or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to, don't allow people to, just get in. Hold on for a second. Don't allow people to get in your life and try, basically what I'm saying and try to run your life. You get to set the standard for yourself, for your life and your vision and where you're trying to go and your dream. So, okay, talked about that. The next one is the power of choice. Now, this is, tying into what I just said. You have the power to choose you. You have the power to choose who gets to be in your life, who gets to not be in your life, who gets promoted in your life, who gets demoted in your life. If you working and you got you a job and all the rest of your friends sitting in the project collecting a government check and food stamps all day, then you probably need to rethink your relationships, because you working, they chilling. I mean, obviously you don't want to do that for the rest of your life. So if you don't want to do that for the rest of your life, I gotta go. My plane is leaving. You know what I'm saying? And then when you assessing, while we talking about assessing relationships, if you assessing your own life correctly, every year you shouldn't be doing the same stuff. It's something about you should be changing every year. So I don't care if it's big or small. You need to be changing something in your life. And I ain't talking about no hair and makeup and all this. I'm talking about inside of you. For instance, if you're dating married men, you know better. Don't do that this year. You got to stop. You got to start somewhere. You smoking? Don't do it. Stop. It's not good for your health. You got kids, you need to be here for your kids. You overeating? Work on yourself. Exercise. I'm just throwing stuff out there randomly. It can be anything. You want to up your skills, go back to school. You know what I'm saying? Let's reprioritize our relationships. Stop complaining about people. I had a friend, and I think this is one of the reasons, well, this is not the reason, but it's one of the reasons that we're not friends anymore, because she just always complained about the man she was with. Okay. So I'm one of them friends that if you tell me about your man, I can hear you, and I'm going to listen. But you can't keep telling me about this same man that you around and you're unhappy, and I'm just gonna sit there and be like, oh, for real? Okay, 2015 is coming up. If you have a thing, a person or a situation that you no longer want to deal with, and you know you don't, and you know it's not serving you, it doesn't make you feel comfortable, you're overwhelmed, you're frustrated, you know your energy is drained from this person. This person always gossip. They don't mean you no good. You know, they want to start stuff with you, or they cheating on you. I'm just throwing out randoms. Catch one if you can. You know, if they're not what, you know, you need in your life, and you know they not, it's like take out the trash, boo. It's like take out the trash. That's what I need to name this video. Take out the trash. It's time. 2015, let's get it. I mean, friendships, family members. I mean, you know, people think that's funny, but family is not exempt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny, but some of them you just gotta. Jill Scott was talking about one of her cousins. She wrote that song "Hate on Me" for one of her cousins. Let me tell you something. Family can be the worst one. I love my family, but family can be the worst. I'm just saying. So, you know, friendships, family, business relationships, you know, whatever, you need to make sure that you have people that are around you that not tolerate you, but celebrate who you are and what you're trying to do. And if they're not, you don't have to be here. Bye-bye. Nobody's keeping you here. Bounce. Deuces. I'm out. If you're not out, I'm out. You got to make the decision, because some of y'all got goals to own businesses. Some of y'all got goals to go back to school. Some of y'all have goals to get a better job or get another job, or, you know, you got dreams and visions and goals and ideas that cannot get off of the ground, because some of the folk in your life ain't gonna let nothing happen for you, because I'm not gonna even say because they don't have that power, but they just gonna be like Debbie Downer. They always got something to say, Sammy, or whatever you want to call it. You know, negative, that's not encouraging to what you trying to do. If you bring an idea to one of your friends, they ought to be saying, look, girl, this is a crazy ass idea, but you my girl, and I know you can do it. Do you want me to help you? How can I be a part of this? If they hating on you, they are not for you. I'm going to say it again. If they are hating on you, they are not for you. And in case everybody ain't paid attention, every girlfriend, every group of girls or friends need that real one to tell them how it is. I mean, you need somebody that ain't scared to tell you the truth. I'm that one. And I'm not even ashamed. I have lost friends, because I'm just going to say it. Because if you my friend, I don't want you to go through nothing. If I can help you, yeah, I am. Whether that's physically helping, and, you know, or just giving you a words of wisdom. And I would want you to be honest with me. I don't want nobody around me that's not going to tell me the truth, even if it hurts. Okay, tell me the truth. Even if I get mad, I can come back and say, you know what, girl, you was right. For real. Because all the truth is going to do is grow you up. Some of us scared to be growing up. Grow up. The truth is what it is. I'm just saying. It is what it is. So I think that women, you know, and men, you know, like I said, I speak to everybody, but especially my women. I'm here especially for my women, to reprioritize your relationships, and don't be ashamed. You get to decide. You the star of this movie, your life. This is your life, not your mama's, not your best friend's, not your boyfriend. It's your life. You get to determine who is going to be in it. For instance, last night I was looking at Atlanta Housewives, or Housewives of Atlanta, whatever you want to call it. And Cynthia is having a struggle because Peter is in her ear. Now, if you want to be Nene's friend, you should be Nene's friend. It shouldn't have nothing to do with your man. But I think when you're struggling between your man not liking your friend, that's a big issue. And she needs to take a stand of her own she needs to take a stand of her own with Nene, and she needs to take a stand of her own with her husband, and just say, wait a minute, nobody gets to tell me. Let me say what I feel, and go in on that. Don't be torn between Nene, and don't be torn between your husband. What do you feel, Cynthia, that needs to be done? Own your life. Own it. Don't sit back and let nobody tell you how this supposed to go. Because then you're going to go back and forth, and then you're going to send mixed messages to other people. Like, people going to be like, one time she cool and the next minute she not. Well, really, you cool because you cool, and then the next time you not cool, it's got something to do with your husband, or maybe your best friend, your other friend that don't like this friend. And, it's crazy. Just own your own life. Like, just, stand up for what you believe in. Peter, if she wanted to be friends with Nene, look, I love you, but men do not allow women to pick their friends. I'm just saying. Men, men do not, hold on for a second. Men do not allow women to pick their relationships. They don't care what. They don't care what. That girl can say, well, I don't like him because y'all be going to the strip club, and that man is like, oh, okay. You're not picking his friends. So, I'm just saying, have your, grab the power of your life. This is your movie. This is your life, not your mama's, not your man's, not your kids. It's yours. It's your life. So, once you understand that this is your life, then you can direct it and produce whatever needs to be produced in it. And whatever you produce, you gonna, whatever you put out is what you gonna get. If you put nothing out, you get nothing. So, for 2015, I just, admonish you to think about your relationships. I do it every year, and I'm doing it this year. I know a couple of people that's probably gonna be off. Delete off your Facebook page or whatever you need to do, because I know 2 people already in my circle that's probably finna be like, I believe friendships are a gift, and I think I don't believe in dormant relationships. I don't believe in one-sided relationships. I believe in, I heard it was, what was it? It was a show I was looking at. No, I was listening to this show on the email with one of these inspirational speakers that I listened to. And she was talking about how her and her friends, they all own businesses, but they find time to spend time with each other. And so a lady asked them, she was like, do you all have accountability issues, checking in with each other? And the lady said, no. And I'm like, how is she not having accountability issues? She said, well, if these are truly friends of yours, they're going to call you. They're going to email you. They're going to get in contact with you somehow. We're not saying every day, but they're going to get in contact with you, or you are going to, that person's going to call you and get in contact with you every so often, or you going to do it, or y'all going to bump heads trying to do it at the same time. If it's a real friendship, the accountability is not to be, you shouldn't have to ask for it. You shouldn't have to preach about it. It should come natural. Because I love you and you love me and you my girl, and I be missing you when I ain't heard from you. You should be missing me if we girls. So the accountability is I don't need to, I don't need to be like, girl, why you ain't call me? Like, if I feel like I have to do that, you're not my friend. I'm going to say that again. If I feel like I have to do that, you're not my friend. I'm also not the one doing all the calling. Okay? Nah. I don't play phone games. I don't play phone games. If you know my number, and you've had it. I don't have your number. I don't, you know, I'm no nonsense. I don't try to be funny. I'm just who I am. It's just real easy to me. It's not rocket science. It's like, you got my number, you gonna call or you not gonna call, no problem. Cause I'm not losing no sleep. I slept before I met you. I slept during the time we were friends, and I will sleep after. My relationship is a gift. Me being in relationship with you is a gift, and you being in relationship with me is a gift. And if we both look at the relationship as a gift, then we have no accountability issues. I don't care if it's a month and we haven't talked. If we cool, one of us gonna pop, or both of us gonna pop at the same time, because we like, girl, we both been so busy, girl. I just been trying to get in contact with you, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. I think I've done that. I think some people don't know the value of friendship and what it means to me. Honey, if you got me for a friend, you got me. I'm just gonna go and put it out there. I'm a loyal cat. I'm gonna say what I think. I'm very opinionated, and I love hard. And you know, I'm gonna be concerned if you're in an issue. I don't mean to be mean or to be preaching, but I'm gonna be very much, you know, into how you're feeling. I'm not gonna want you to be hurt. I'm gonna get involved. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna say what I think, and I don't, you know, it's all for good. It's not to be mean. But some people don't want to hear the truth, so they're going to count it as being mean, or she trying to get in my business, or whatever, this, that, and the other. So, I mean, I'm a truth seeker. So if you don't like the truth, you probably need to get away from me, because I'm about it. And if I don't find it, I will find it. I will find it. I'm just like that. That's just me. But I know me. So when I get in a situation like this, I know how to say, this is not for me, because this is how I am. We have to know each other, know ourselves well enough to say, bye-bye. The power of no is amazing. The power of knowing who you are is, you know, amazing, because you get to see, it's easy to tell what you don't fool with and get down with, and you can say, oh, bye-bye, I don't really get down like that. See you. Yeah, I don't have no problem with you, but you're gonna have to do that over there, because I don't like that. I don't get down. That's not what I do, you know. So, and I'm sure I do something maybe that somebody don't like. I don't know, but you have to just, you gotta just, you know, reprioritize your relationships and make sure that you let people know that you just don't do certain, you know, you don't do certain things. I had my cousin come on my daddy's side, had came to my house one time, and we used to always have like little family gatherings, and I cook, and you know, we all chilling and stuff and drinking, and he came over there with a drug substance. I won't even say what it is, but I went off because I never had that around me. And he was like, come on, try it. I said, get off my property, or you will be dancing off the property. And I told him, I was like, and if you don't leave, you're going to be sorry. So you need to leave. And he left. But he brought something to me that I don't condone. I don't do. And I have a daughter. Who does that? And I was like, what were you thinking about? People just do whatever. So people do things to see how far they can get. And you got to say, oh, no, I ain't going to be able to do that. That ain't what I'm going to be doing. So don't bring it over here. And so he has never been in my house. He would never, ever come to my house again, ever. But, and I think he knows that. But I just, you know, want us to, you know, reprioritize the relationships, rethink them. If you know, if the dog getting on your nerves, get rid of the dog. I mean, I'm just saying, make your life easier and stress-free. A lot of the things that are in our lives are things that we haven't changed, that we are continuing to accept and tolerate from a man, a friend, a family member, whoever. Just don't. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, you gotta empty the trash, guys. Everybody, it's time to empty the trash. 2015, let's declutter our lives and empty the trash. So if you have any questions or whatever, just come to my YouTube channel, Landis, Landys TV, and Landys TV on Facebook. And please feel free to voice any of your comments and or situations you've gone through. I think the last video, a couple of videos back, I got a lot of responses and people were sharing their stories, and I just thought that was so cool and so neat. So please, please, share your thoughts, your comments. Hopefully they'll be positive or they'll be deleted. But just make sure you get in touch, and you can ask me any questions. And if you have some questions to ask that you do not want to be put on on the wall, on the Facebook wall, or on YouTube, the YouTube wall, then you probably want to just inbox me on Facebook, or you can email me at Landis, Landys 146 at gmail.com, and I can answer your question. I will not tell your secret. If you send me a email, I will not say it out loud, and I will not dispel any names and talk about exactly what you said to me and call your name and all this. No, it'll be just private. Nobody will know, and I will respect your privacy. So I'm glad you all listened to my video. This is a little long. I got long videos, but I hope they help. I'm gonna try to make them shorter, but I hope that they help you, and I hope everybody's getting ready for 2015, bringing a new year with new friendships, new thoughts, new ideas, new perspectives, new life, new ways of doing life, and new ways of thinking about life. Drama free. So I hope everybody has a great holiday and a happy new year, because I know I am. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. Bye.